And I'm back with another one. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Daz, and this my journal. If you new here, like, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button so my page can get pushed around. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, we still on this journey. We still holding in. We still holding our semen, and we still just growing every day. But today, what I want to talk about is I didn't relapse. But what I want to talk about it is every time I did relapse, I learned something new. Let me say that one more time. Every time I went on like a long streak or a streak more than 10 days and I relapsed, every time I relapsed, I figured something new out. And what I mean by that is like, every time I relapsed, especially now, it been different from before. Like when I first started. I remember when I first started seeing retention, and every time I would relapse like 2-3 days, I would feel just so ashamed and feel so like angry with myself. And I realized I had to stop being so upset at myself and understand that we fall short, especially for somebody that been having sex since God knows how old. And, been watching corn since God knows how old, too. We got to start being more, I wouldn't say lenient, but to understand that we are not perfect. We're not going to get nothing. Nothing is just going to just stop overnight. And I had to realize that with the drinking. It took me a while to stop drinking. It took me like a year or 2 years to stop drinking. Because before I stopped drinking, I kept saying, yo, I'm going to stop drinking. 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 Until one day, I just literally stopped. I slowed down. It slowed down gradually. It went from like 10 beers a day to like 6 to like 3 to like 1. And then from 1, it was just like, yo, do I really need this? And then that's how I stopped. That's how I stopped. So when I fall short on this now, it's not like I'm killing myself, like how I used to. So now it's like I fell short right there. How can I make my day 30 times? What can I do in this day to make it feel like I made up for releasing? Even though you can't really make up for it because you lose energy and things, but how can I energetically change how I feel about myself? Because when you release, especially if you're watching corn, it don't feel good. Especially if you're watching corn, it do not feel good. Like if you're releasing you with a girl, it's different. But if you're releasing with just a rando, that don't feel good neither. I feel like you're just giving your energy away. Yeah, like I was saying though, y'all ever slept with like a random girl and you gave her your energy, and then after you had sex with her or whatever your situation is, you felt like the hoe as a man? Cause I ain't gonna lie, it used to be fun. Like growing up, don't get me wrong, as a teenager in your early 20s, you're gonna be wild, reckless. Especially if you like me and you come from where I come from. That's what's like appreciated and where I'm from. Just basically sleeping with a lot of women is the standard, the high standard. Like, oh, he could get a lot of women, not knowing that a lot of girls just flock to what they think is cool. So somebody can portray a good image and get any girl. But that's besides the point. What I was saying is, you ever slept with a random girl before and then you felt like the hoe? Like you felt like all your energy was drained and you just felt like you felt bad about yourself. And that's how it feels when you on semen retention and then you sleep with a random to break whatever streak you had going. If you sleeping with if you got a girlfriend now and she puts energy back into you, and she she do right by you, she makes sure that you on your shit, she makes sure that you in the right peaceful mindset, you doing your thing. I'm not if you sleep with her during if you're doing 30 days, however long you going. If you sleep with her, it's not going to feel as bad. Of course, you're going to feel like, damn, I said 30 days, but I didn't. But now you have somebody that you actually, like you have a partner. So it's not as bad. as like if you was watching corn or if you sleeping with randoms. But still, you want to get them 30 days done because it's proven to yourself that you can do what you tell yourself that you can do. And that's the main thing about it now. Like, why I keep going back, why I keep coming, why I keep like starting over and over, no matter how much times I relapse, is because I have to prove it to myself that I will go a certain amount. I can go, I went 30 days already. Now I'm going to do 60. The next time I'm going to do 30. I want to keep proving it to myself that I can do the hard things in life. Because once I keep proving it to myself, I can do the hard things in life, other hard things going to seem like it's easy. Because there's nothing else in this world that's harder than if you was a man, especially a man that has sexual experiences before. To have sexual experiences, right? And say, you know what? You're going to abstain from it. To have sexual experiences before and start to abstain from it for a long period of time. It's not the easiest thing to do, especially with lust. So when it comes to like pressure about other things, it's gonna be like, there's no pressure. Cause you know what pressure is. Like, you know that you're gonna be confident with yourself and you're gonna trust yourself enough to know that you're gonna get whatever hard thing they put in your path, you're gonna get it done. And that's why I keep, every time if I fall short, I'll get back up, because it's not just for this channel. It's to prove to myself too, because a lot of times we always want to prove something for other people. Let's start proving stuff for other people and start proving stuff to ourselves. Why you don't want to prove something to yourself? Why you want to prove it to the world so badly? Fuck what the world got to say, because when you going through it, you going to go through it by yourself. So that's why you got to start looking to prove things for yourself. Prove it to yourself. And that's what I'm doing this time. I'm doing that, and I got a goal behind why I'm actually doing these 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I said that in my last video, where if you doing semen retention, put a goal behind it. If you say I'm gonna do 30 days, within them 30 days, say I gotta make $5,000. Something gotta come behind it. And then now, if you focus on that $5,000, you're not even gonna be thinking about letting go or releasing, because your mind gonna be so focused on just obtaining that $5,000. And by that time you hit the 30 days, 9 out of 10, if you was really focused on that $5,000, you should have that. But the semen retention is just something to push your manifestations faster, because now that you're not thinking about, oh, I'm having sex, or spending all them time about thinking about having sex all day or meeting another girl all day, you're putting it into something that's going to bring financial gain. And that's how I'm starting to set up the semen retention journeys. You know what I mean? Like, because it's more of a mental thing than a physical thing. And that's what I'm learning too. Like, that's something that I also learned, that semen retention is more mental than physical. If you start, I remember it was days where, recently too, where I wouldn't feel like doing anything. My mind would just be on sex all day. It'd just be on. And I'd be like, why? What's going on? Like, I ain't even see nothing that triggered that. But sometimes our body, your mind is so used to it that your mind will keep bringing it back up to see if you really want to change. And that's what I'm learning now. Because sometimes under that pressure, my mind is on it all day, that's when I usually fold. But now I'm learning that my mind is doing that to see if I really want to change. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with y'all. If you're at like 25 days, your mind is like going crazy, but you're not feeling no urges. Your mind is just going crazy. Your mind, you at the breaking point of rewiring your brain. It just want to see if you seriously serious about what you say you're gonna do. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's what I'm learning now, to just have more control over our mind. We gotta have way more control over our mind, in the sense of like, our cardinal mind, especially coming up in these nowadays, our cardinal mind is so strong that it will make you feel like doing the wrong shit is right. Like, it will make you feel like smoking weed is right. It will make you feel like drinking liquor is right. It will make you think sitting down scrolling on Instagram all day is right, when it's not. And it will make the cardinal mind will make you feel like all the things that you're supposed to be doing is the hard wrong thing. It's like working out. It feels wrong, and you don't feel good when you first start working out. When you stop smoking, when you live sober, it feels wrong. And I don't understand that, but the things that feel wrong is actually the things that build you up for a better future. So that's why I'm learning to in this world, you only got control of your mind and your time. And so I'm learning to control my mind way more. And how to do that, how I'm doing that is just reading more, taking more time to myself, taking at least an hour to myself to just think about me. How can I improve as a man, as a person, as a human being? How can I improve? And just going forward from there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just learning that all thoughts is not my thoughts. Like, sometimes when you get like a random bad thought, it's not your thought. It's not your thought. That's your brain. That's your brain just trying to go back to the negative side. But you gotta just keep pulling yourself back to the right side of your brain and be like, you know what? I'm only thinking positive. I don't care what pops up. I'm only thinking positive. You know what I mean? That's probably a sign right there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to just think positive all the time. Think positive all the time. Because I'm telling you, your brain, I'm starting to realize how important our mind is. I'm starting to really realize how important our mind is. And that's why a couple of episodes back, you see me starting to question things. It's not, when you start to see people start questioning things, it's not because they lost it or they feel crazy. No, it's just because, I'm going to put it in my way, in my perspective. You start learning so much that you learned that a lot of what you learned in the past wasn't even real. Like, you just start questioning a lot of things. And once you start questioning a lot of things, you're going to get the answer to them. And that's why I'm going to always say you got to question yourself and use your brain, because he gave it to us for a reason. I heard this saying, right? People don't like to use their brain because it's free. And the things that we get for cheap or free, we tend to discard it. Just push it to the side. You understand what I'm saying? So use your brain. That's the most important thing right here. This right here, your brain. See yourself as who you want to be. Tell yourself you're not going to do certain things and stick to it. Let yourself see that you can actually stick to things that you don't want to do. And as much as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me too. So that's something I learned right there too, that it's really mind over matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really mind over matter. Once you start creating that stronger mind, that strong, untouchable, unshakable mind, you're going to see how everything just start coming right together for you. And that's what I've been learning on these last probably 2-3 months. Just how to reshape my mind in the right way. You know what I mean? And I've been doing great. Don't get me wrong, I've been falling short sometimes, as we all do. We all human. But I be falling short sometimes. And that ain't nothing. Because when you start to dance, you start to learn that when you start dancing and you start understanding life rhythm, you know that sometimes taking a step back is just a part of the dance. Taking a step back don't mean that you ain't going forward. No, it just means that you got to take a step back so you can run forward. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you learn from a mistake, you can run faster in the direction that you was looking for, that you actually heading to. And that's something I learned too. Another thing I realized is that when I was doing semen retention, I'll do like the first 3 days, I'm just focused. I'm focused. And then I start slacking. Little by little, I'm slacking. This time, I'm putting all of my energy where it needs to be. All of it. I'm talking about if I'm not focused on anything that has nothing to do with me, I'm not focused on anything that's trying to get me upset or trying to put me in a bad mood. I'm not focused on anything that's not for me. I'm not focused on anything that's not aligned with my goals. I have a goal, and this time, in this semen retention, I am doing it. I'm doing it. So I'm putting my energy into the only things that matter. Things that don't matter don't get my energy. I don't care how hard it's trying to upset me, how hard it's trying to get my attention. You can't get my attention. I won't even be paying attention to it. Last time I was on semen, I did 20 something days. I realized I was doing good, but I spent most of my time that I was on semen retention on my phone. Not even listening to nothing educational or nothing like that. Just on my phone. Not listening to nothing that can help me think better or can help my mental. Just on my phone scrolling on Instagram and TikTok all day. And I realized, like, while I'm building up this energy, put it into something. Focus. Put your energy into something. And watch how it grow. Watch how it grow. Pause. So that's what I really wanted to tell y'all today. Like, every time I relapsed, I learned something new. So we gotta stop killing ourselves when we fall short and picking ourselves back up and say, you know what, I learned this time. I'm gonna move forward. Move forward a little different. I learned that this time. I'm gonna move forward a little different. And most of the time it's just mind over matter. Our mind is so used to doing the shit because it became a habit that we gotta unbreak the habit. And a lot of times habits don't go away. We just really suppress them. And I'm not telling you to go out there and suppress your horny. No, I'm telling you that give yourself a time limit. Like, say I'm gonna do 30 days. And do 30 days. You know why? Because you proving it to yourself. You're not suppressing your horniness. Right now, all you're doing is proving to yourself that you can get something done. Look at it like that. Proving to yourself that you're gonna get something done. And that's what it is. So whenever you fall short or relapse or whatever the situation may be, don't kill yourself over it. Do not kill yourself over it. Trust me. Because a lot of times it's a mind thing. And don't feel bad about it neither. The reason I say don't feel bad about it, I was waiting for the train to pass. But don't feel bad about it neither, because a lot of times and I realized growing up, they didn't teach you how to think for yourself. They don't teach us how to train our mind. They don't teach us how to think. And they don't teach us that all our thoughts ain't our thoughts. They don't teach us certain things, so don't feel bad and just learn. YouTube is there. Everything is out there for us to learn now. So much information in the world. Just go out there and go learn. I'm telling you right now, learning is fundamental. Learning is going to be the thing that bring you from A to B to Z. You know what I mean? So just go out there and learn and build your brain, because that's the main thing that I'm learning, especially on semen retention. The more you build your brain on semen retention, the more you build your mental capacity and how you think and your mental toughness, nothing going to be able to stop you in any pursuit in life. But you got to do the hard things. You got to discipline yourself in certain ways, like especially here sexually. Because you don't want to be out there just giving your pipe away to every girl. You got to realize that we are worth a lot. Don't think just because as a man, the girl box is worth it. No, a girl's box is not worth more than my John. And that's how we got to start thinking as men. We lower ourselves way too much and put women on pedestals when it should be an even playing field. And with all that being said, man, I just gave y'all everything I learned after everything I be learning every time I relapsed. So, yeah, you know how I give it up, man. What I say, put God first, put God first, put God first. It's your boy DAZ'S, and I just gave you another episode. I'm out of here. Peace.